Hello and welcome. My name is Andrew, and you may know me from Anderson's Smoke Show, but today I'm here with my Z-Grill's 700 series, and I'm gonna show you one of my favorite weekday meals, and that is some smoked and reverse seared pork chops. Not only are they simple, they don't take a lot of time, and that's one of the reasons why we make them often during the work week. So I'm gonna show you the steps that I take to make the perfect reverse seared pork chops. So let's get started. So when it comes to picking out pork chops, it's pretty simple. What you need to do, and what I like to do, is look for a nice thick cut pork chop. I like something that is generally thicker than an inch. The reason why is I treat these very similar to how I treat my reverse seared steaks. And the thinner that they are, the less opportunity to make them a little more unique you have. So, like I said, let's start with something that is a little bit thicker. Now, another thing when you're shopping for pork chops, you want to see some of that fat, because the leaner it is, the drier and the tougher it could be. And because pork chops in general are a lean meat, we want to make sure that we get a little bit of fat included when we can. When I get pork chops, I don't trim them. We don't trim them whatsoever. Now, at the end, you might trim the fat off of the edge, but we never trim fat off before we do the cook. Now, in terms of preparation, we're gonna keep it extremely simple. The first thing that I like to do with any meat is take a paper towel and pat dry the surface of the meat. This is gonna remove any of the purge, any of the juices that may have been included in packaging. You're not sure what preservatives that they're using in there to keep color and keep the meat looking fresh. So as you can see, I've wiped it off, and we're gonna continue to pat dry that a little bit just to make sure we get the rest of that purge off. So now it appears that the surface is pretty dry. Then I take some olive oil. When using olive oil, you get a nice finish when it comes to the surface and the crust. So I typically use that with my steaks and chops. So I just take the olive oil and I drizzle a tiny bit into my rubber glove. I'm gonna use my rubber glove here, and I'm gonna make sure that every inch of this surface has a nice little light coating of olive oil. Now that we've got that done, it's time to season this pork chop. Whenever I cook pork, I like to use some sweeter notes. So today I'm gonna be using some of the Bearded Butcher's Hollywood seasoning. Now you choose whatever flavor profile suits you best. Now what I want to say is, now that we've got this binder, the rub itself is going to stick much better. I like to make sure that I coat each side of the chop. And because these are thicker, I'm gonna give it a generous coat. Now use the back side of your glove. It's nice and dry, and pat that rub into the surface. It'll help it stick to that oil and keep it from falling off as we flip it around. I'm gonna do the same to this side. I'm gonna get a little extra on the board as well. I'm gonna take the back side of my glove here, and I'm gonna pat that in, and I'm gonna pick it up. And the reason why I got some extra seasoning on the board is I'm just going to press the pork chop into the seasoning on the board, and that's gonna help use some of that excess that we've already gotten on there, and it'll also make it easier for seasoning all the sides of the chop. Now, as you can see, that is a beautifully seasoned pork chop. It is time to get this onto my Z-Grill 700 series. I'm gonna show you what we do next. We've got our pork chops here. We're at the Z-Grill 700 series, set to 225 degrees. Now it is time to get them on. We wanna make sure that we start off with a clean grill. So get yourself a bristle-free brush, make sure everything is nice and clean, because we don't wanna cause any flare-ups when we crank that temperature up at the end. Now the pork chops are ready to go on. We're gonna place them center of the grill at 225 degrees. We're going to set them in just like so and get the lid closed. When it comes to pork chops, we're looking for an internal temperature of 145 degrees to completion. Now, since we're reverse searing these pork chops, we want to make sure that we pull them out a little bit sooner. So at about the 130, 135 mark is when I'm going to remove these from the smoker, crank the temperature up, and get them seared. But until then, get yourself a beverage, sit down and relax, because we've got a little bit of a waiting time. So we've been rolling a little under an hour now, and it's time to check the temperature. And we're looking for something right around the 130, 135 degree range. And that's where we're sitting right now with these pork chops. I'm gonna go ahead and pull these off really quickly and set them on a cutting board off to the side. I'm gonna close up the Z-Grills, and I'm gonna set it to high. Now at this point, make sure you give your grill enough time to get nice and hot. That's why we've removed those pork chops. We don't want them to cook any further while the grill gets up to temperature. That's a very important thing, or else they will be done before the grill even gets to a searable temperature. So set those off to the side, tent them up with some foil, and it'll be just a few minutes before you're able to sear them. All right, the grill is up to temperature. It's time to sear off these pork chops and get this in here. Oh, and listen to that sizzle. We're gonna give it a couple minutes, we're gonna flip it around, and then we're gonna sauce it up to give a nice complex finish to these pork chops. Get in here and give this a nice little flip. Oh yeah, look at those nice char marks there. Perfect for a good sear on these pork chops. The Z-Grills has been running about 425 degrees on the high setting. Now granted, I keep opening and closing the door, so that's gonna affect the temperature, but it's giving me those nice grill marks so we know that we're achieving temperatures high enough to sear. Now we're gonna give this another moment, we're gonna check the temperature, and then we're gonna sauce it up with one of my favorite sauces for pork, and that is the Japanese barbecue sauce. So we're within about the last 5 degrees. We're gonna hit it with some Japanese barbecue sauce. Now this stuff is pretty thin, so don't go too crazy or it's gonna go all over the grill. Now, just drizzle some of that on there. Brush it on with your nice silicone brush. Give it a little bit more. We'll give it a moment, we'll flip it one more time and get a little bit of that sauce on the other side as well. I just checked the temperature with my instant read thermometer and we're reading just above 145, which means these pork chops are done. Let's get them pulled off. And let me tell you what, they look delicious. The pork chops are done, and let me tell you what, they are nice and juicy. They've got a great looking sear on them, and if they taste as good as they smell, I know that my family's gonna love them tonight with our dinner. It's time to slice them up, and I like to slice them nice and thin. You can see that there's a little bit of a smoke ring on there. You got a little bit of pink on the outside, perfect doneness on the inside. Now with a pork loin or a pork chop, you can get away with 145 degrees internal temperature on these cuts of meat, and it's perfectly safe to eat. These temperatures, it helps keep the meat nice and juicy, and it keeps it from getting too tough or too dry. We've got that sliced up, it looks delicious. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit more of the Japanese barbecue sauce, and I'm just gonna drizzle it across there. To finish off this video, we're gonna have to give it a try and let you know exactly what it tastes like. Grab a nice little piece here. Nice and juicy, I can tell you. Texture looks great, finish looks great on it. Now that is a very tasty and intricate pork chop. Even though we kept it very simple, you can differentiate the rub from the finish from that Japanese barbecue sauce. Very tasty, very moist, and they were nice and tender, especially for a pork chop. If you like recipes like this, be sure to check out more recipes here on the Z Grills recipe blog, and I'll see you next time, either here or at Anderson's Smoke Show.